Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory. Proper football is back. The football which counts is back. Roma's back on Sunday. We're coming from, good performances. We're building momentum. We're building more consistency. The question now is, can we keep this consistency as we head into game week 9, I believe it is, against Monza in a very, very, very crucial period, because it's not an easy period. So the more points we can get out of these games over the course of this end of October and mid-November before the next international break, the better. We've got some tough games ahead. We've got Monza on Sunday, a game which you cannot underestimate whatsoever. We've got Derby coming up, we've got Inter coming up, we've got the 2 games against Slavia Prague, which will kind of give a great sense of direction to our Europa League group stage. It's definitely the first crucial month of the season. Some big games are coming our way. Up to now, the only big game which we faced was Milan. So I'm yet to see good performances against good teams. This is the month to do it. This is the month to kind of forget this start of the season, which has improved but has not been perfect. It's the month to be better, I would call it. It's the month which will definitely be useful to capitalize on other teams as well. Our biggest rivals, Lazio too, because they do have a tough calendar coming their way as well, with Champions League games as well. So, Sunday back playing against Monza. We've seen it last season. Monza are a team which we cannot underestimate. We've clearly seen it. We are aware of this because last season we drew 1-1 in a game towards April. It was after that Feyenoord comeback. We were kind of going all in Europa League. We had taken that decision. We were kind of giving up in the league. So it was one of those games which did kind of slow down our Champions League top 4 run. And now we have a game which can accelerate our top 4 runs, if we want to call it. So it's kind of the opposite in terms of what it means, but they're a good team. They're a well-organized team. We'll speak about them in a second. The one thing about this game, we are playing Sunday at 12:30 p.m. When was the last time Roma played a 12:30 p.m. kickoff on a Sunday? It must have been 20 years ago. I'm buzzing to be back at the stadium. I'm buzzing to be back at the stadium with the sunlight. Because we play on Sunday evenings, the last time I remember sunlight at the stadium was ages ago. So 12:30 kickoffs is an interesting one. But yeah, fun fact there. Right, let's start with them, then we'll make our way into us, and then obviously predict the 11 as always. They're a well-organised team. Look, the thing with Monza is I'm impressed by their development. At the start of last season, I was convinced they were going to get relegated. Then they sacked Stroppa, they got Palladino in, he gave this great sense of spirit to this team, he organised it really well, he has individuals that can carry this team. He has the potentials of bringing Monza up high. I mean, Monza are currently 7th in the league. That's a great achievement for them. Do I think Monza can fight for top 4? Obviously not. Do I think Monza can fight for Europa League? Obviously not. But I think Monza can kick in that Conference League fight. I really do think they can. I don't think they will get Conference League because there are better teams out there. But, they're definitely going to get closer. I think their big target is to improve what they did last season, which, if I'm not wrong, they got like 9th, which for a newly promoted side is amazing in their first year. I see an identity in this team. I see a team full of very interesting players. I mean, the biggest one being Colpani. What a player. Italian gem, if we want to call it a gem. Again, he's one of those players, just like we spoke about Goodmanson yesterday. I would love to see him in my team. But if we don't hurry up, he is going to become an Inter player in about 3 years. In the space of 3 years, you will see Colpani with a black and blue kit, or a white and black kit, or a red and black kit. It works like that. He's going to join one of these 3 teams in the space of the next 3 years. He looks so good. He's scoring so many goals. He's looking so prolific up front. He's carrying this team. Who do they have? They've got a good defense. Monza is similar to us last season. They've got a well-organised defence. They do score goals, but they don't score goals galore. They find difficulties in scoring goals, and that's their weak point. But on their day, they can be good. I mean, they stopped Lazio, the Olimpico, a few weeks ago. So, yeah, I'm scared a bit. It's always good to play at home after international breaks. Definitely, I think it's a positive that we're playing at home after the international break to help with the home advantage, and, you know, the fans can help with the momentum. So it's definitely good that we're playing at home. But again, it's one of those games which we can't underestimate. We have to play fluid. We have to play well, because I look at Monza and I see a very organised, developed team full of identity players. They've got Pessina in the middle. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting team. But speaking about us, I definitely think the question which I posed at the start of this live stream, which is, the question now is, can we keep the consistency? It's a question which is definitely a question which Roma players and Mourinho is asking themselves. Can we keep this consistency? You know, we've won against Servette, we've won against Frosinone, we've won against Cagliari 4-1, we've scored many goals in these games, 10 goals in these 3 games. Can we keep this? Can we do this with higher caliber teams? And I think we will win on Sunday, because I see improvements, I see momentum growing, home advantage, Lukaku in great form, scored with Belgium again. But obviously, I don't think it's going to be as easy as these previous games. But look, just like last season's mentality, now that we are used to scoring many goals is great, I take a 1-0 win, 100%. It's the result which counts. It's the 3 points which ultimately count. Winning on Sunday and getting 3 points on Sunday would put pressure on our opponents, especially because we've got Inter coming up after Monza. And then after Inter, I believe we have 1 game, and then we've got the derby. So, you know, it's a tough calendar. Monza is probably one of the easiest games over these next few weeks. We have to win. So I definitely expect a team which wants to give a sense of continuity and is aware that winning on Sunday is a must to try and keep those top 4 hopes alive. Speaking about individual players, you've got Lukaku, who scored 11 goals in his last 10 games with Belgium and Roma combined, scored against Sweden in that tragic game with the terrorist attack before it, which got suspended and then it got called off. It's not actually restarting. The FIFA or UEFA have said that the result is fixed. It's going to end 1-1. That game is not going to restart, but he scored in that game. He scored against Austria. He scored against Cagliari. He scored against Servette. He scored against Empoli. We have a striker who's scoring goals, and I think Lukaku will be the game changer. Obviously, Dybala is going to be out. His injury looks less serious than what we actually thought it was going to be. He's going to miss the Monza game and the Slavia Prague game, but he's most probably going to be back for the Inter game. If not, he's going to be back for the derby. It will all be a matter of, do we want to risk him or do we want to keep him? But yeah, I think it's going, and once again, I think it's going to be the individual performances which are going to kind of bring in a good collective performance to get the 3 points against Monza. But, I mean, you're probably curious to see my predicted 11. My predicted 11 is this. Very similar to Cagliari. Not many changes. Too much changes, you can't change it. They're confident with each other. Now that they're coming from a good performance, start them all. Obviously, we can't start Dybala. So I'm starting Lukaku and Belotti, who I am seeing so many positive things come from. Belotti and Lukaku scored against Servette. Belotti and Lukaku scored against Cagliari. The two are connecting well, which is good because Dybala's absence might be less bitter with Belotti on such good form. But going chronologically, Rui Patricio in goal once again. I don't think we're there, and I think Mourinho's ready to make the decision of putting Zvilora over Rui Patricio. I just don't think it will happen. Rui Patricio is going to start again. Now, 3 defenders at the back. This is where I want to focus more time, because you're probably going, well, didn't you say Smalling would be back after the break? Isn't Llorente also back after the break? Now, you're right to say that. Smalling and Llorente are almost back. But, and there's a very big but, which first of all links with the fact that over these past few days they have not trained with the team yet. They are ready to get back training with the team over these next few hours, but they have not still played and trained with the team. Which suggests to me that both Llorente and Smalling still are not 100% fit to start. Which links again, we've got a tough calendar. We've got Inter, Derby, Slavia Prague coming up. We're playing a lot of games in a close period of time. Do we really want to risk Smalling and Llorente in such a game? When Cristante, for example, is playing very well in defence and Ndika is slowly and gradually improving. I definitely wouldn't risk it. Smalling, I think, will be back against Inter, and so will Llorente. So our choices in defence are going to be vaster. Cristante is going to be placed back in the midfield, but not on Sunday. I think on Sunday, Mancini, Cristante and Ndika are going to start. Once again, they're building that connection. If they can keep a clean sheet, I would take it as a massive success. 4 midfielders, I'm going with Spinazzola and Karsdorp again. Karsdorp played a good game against Cagliari. I'm not going to change him. I would actually even put Cilic. He played a great game against Servette, and then Karsdorp started against Cagliari. I think the fact that what I think is happening is the fact that Cilic started against Servette and Karsdorp started against Cagliari maybe suggested to me that Mourinho was maybe chosen to start with Karsdorp in league games and Cilic in Europa League games, and Christensen hasn't convinced, though he's the backup triple option. And I think that's the case. I think Karsdorp will start. Christensen hasn't convinced, so he won't start. On the other side, Spinazzola is going to play. Zalewski is a delicate moment because he got accused of that illegal betting scandal, but then the same person who accused him actually said it was fake news, all because of money. So Zalewski's definitely been submerged by these critics. He scored a goal with the Polish under-21 team, a very good goal, may I add. He will want this sense of shutting everyone up. His name has been circulating on the web a lot, and it looks like it's fake news. So if he somehow scores in these next few games, he's definitely going to shush everyone. But Spinazzola is getting slowly, may I add, very slowly, because he's still miles away from Spina, Euro Spina, but he's definitely impacting in more games. So I'm definitely starting Spinazzola. Bove and Paredes in the middle played phenomenally against Cagliari. I think it would be a crime to substitute them and not play them. Both Paredes and Bove were, with Lukaku and Belotti, my man of the matches against Cagliari. Keep them well. They look good. They're similar and different at the same time, which is good because Paredes is more technical, Bove is more aggressive. Put them two, combine the two. We've seen the benefits that it could bring. A war in front. Scored against Cagliari, wants to score again, and then Lukaku and Belotti up front to continue this magical moment. Very, very, very fit moment. I think Lukaku's gonna score. But yeah, thoughts on Sunday. I think we'll win, but we have to be careful. I think we will win, but we have to be careful. That's my inner prediction. Yeah. I see, I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think we're all going to win, but it's going to be difficult. And Lukaku's going to score. So yeah, look, that is my match preview. If you've got any questions, any opinions, any thoughts down below, let me know your predicted 11s, let me know your feelings toward this game and the importance of these next few weeks in the comments down below. If you haven't already, smash the like button. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it. If you're watching this, click that thumbs up right now. And also subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching this, even 24 hours after. Look, I'm looking at you. You've not subscribed. Click it. I will wait. Could stay here all day. You see, now you've subscribed and you're a legend. Yeah, do all of that down below. Share the link of this channel with your families and friends. And I will talk to you very, very soon with more Roma news, Roma updates, and leading towards Sunday's game. Can't wait to see Roma back, and can't wait to go back to the stadium and film a good old stadium vlog. Talk to you soon. Take care. Simon out.